Dr. Alison Powell is Assistant Professor in Media and Communication at the LSE. So, Alison, what's your purpose?
What's my purpose? I'm interested in social justice. I'm interested in people being able to tell their stories, and I'm interested in creating a better and more just world. That sounds very laudable and very, very broad, but that's what I think I'm here for.
And what caused you to be interested in this?
Well, I mean, how could you not be an intelligent person and not want to make a better society? I think that's something that most people consider to be one of their primary values. I do come from an interesting background in terms of where I'm from. I'm from the province of Saskatchewan in Canada, and in the mid-1980s it was an extremely poor place. We had a lot of failing farms, we had a lot of things that didn't quite work out, but it was also a really interesting place to live because it was a place that had really embraced socially democratic policies. So we had a place where people didn't have a lot of money, but where we had a lot of collective institutions. So we had cooperatively owned water, we had government owned vehicle insurance, we had all kinds of everything that operated there was public. And this gave me a kind of sense that you could alleviate some of the issues related to sort of poverty and injustice by collectively organizing and managing resources for the benefit of everybody.
So how are you going about satisfying this purpose?
Well, it's really difficult. Basically, you have to wake up every morning and do your job. And you have to do your job not for your own benefit, but for the benefit of everybody. And I think this is something that I've kind of taken from my time growing up, seeing that you could work for the collective benefit. So practically, I mean, I teach. I lecture, I talk to the media, I try and study organizations that organize themselves and their technologies in ways that are not only profit-seeking and in ways that seek not to concentrate power but to distribute it. So I've looked at people running community technology cooperatives. I've looked now at people who are working with data cooperatives. I've looked at a lot of media activism, which encourages people to develop civic voices and to speak on behalf of people who are not often heard. And I try and understand how people make decisions in these areas and amplify the stories of the people that I come into contact with.
Okay, and how do you measure your success?
It's impossible to tell because some of the changes that I would like to see may not happen in my lifetime. But one of the things I find inspiring is when students write to me much later after I've taught them and say, your course really changed the way that I think about things, and here's how I'm putting into action some of the things that you have talked to me about. And in my PhD work, which was with community wireless organizations in Canada, many years after I've finished the research, it's now been almost a decade, I still get notes from the people that I worked with saying, I'm so glad that you came to work with us. I'm so glad that you decided to use a participatory methodology so you could share all of your knowledge with us about how you were doing your research and what you found out about what we were doing so that we could take the things that you said were effective and keep doing them and get rid of the things that you said weren't reaching our goals. So I do hear back that things do have made a difference.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.